What's up, everybody? We are live on Adobe Radio. Another great episode of Wesam's World coming at you. Our guest today is a very special friend. I've gotten to work with her on For the People. She is a director, writer, and producer. You can find her latest series found on NBC. She's also worked on hit shows such as Naomi, Clarice, and you can check out her upcoming new show in the near future, Dr. Wolf. Without further ado, let's welcome DeMane Davis and enjoy the show. I'm curious to know this notebook. I know I will never do this, but I have the immediate urge to just start reading through it. I want to know what you're writing.
Yeah.
I will never do that, but I'm just saying that's the urge I have right now.
Okay, well, good. We'll capture that urge.
All right. So are these just your
These
notes?
I make notes. I didn't make notes on the questions that you said, but these are actually all my Zooms. All the Zooms I've done this year are in here. So that's notes, and then this is my personal journal.
Wow.
Until it runs out. It's almost running out, which is sad. But then what I'll do is I'll bring this journal with me and a new journal because I'm a psycho.
Oh.
Because I might need to go back and I won't have this with me. So I'll carry two journals for a little while until I feel like I can break them off like a Goldfinger mini plane and just go with the new journal.
Okay. This is amazing to me.
Sorry.
What I'm the most unjournaling person ever.
Why?
And
How are you the most unjournaling person?
it's
That
all
doesn't
in
make
here.
any-
It's just in here,
Will you-
and we're different. DeMane, we can be different. It's okay.
Are you gonna say that you're never gonna forget? We could be different. It's okay.
No, I do forget.
Is this live? Is this legal? What's happening?
Yeah, this is live and legal. Oh my gosh, that's our new saying, live and legal, here at Wesam's
that's
World.
good. That's
No, but when you journal, I'm just curious because what do you go back and read some of your past journals?
Oh, yeah.
What does that do for you?
It makes me feel like I have good ideas. It reminds me of stuff that I was supposed to do a year ago because sometimes I do like a little to-do list. It reminds me of different places I was and who was there, different things that I saw. And then that's separate from my phone because sometimes I treat my phone, my photos, my photo stream also like a journal because I love walking and just taking photos of anything.
You know what? You just sparked something in me. I used to write poetry when I was a teenager, and some of it I looked back on, and it makes me cringe. And that's probably why I don't want to write anything down because I'm embarrassed maybe of my past self a little bit. It makes me cringe. I don't know.
Poetry? Because you wrote...
I don't know, angsty teenager. Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, come on, man. Like, that's what I feel like when I read the old passages.
But did you write anything in your beyond teenage stuff, or because of that was so intense, you just stopped?
I had the dream journals, which I don't mind doing.
Sure, like nightstand.
Yeah. Then I started doing voice recordings because that was much easier.
Yes, which is that also. See, that's good. So you're doing that. So you're journaling then.
Well, not recently. This was like I stopped doing it.
Why'd you stop doing that? Because you listened back and you felt cringy?
Not from the voice journals, but definitely from the poetry.
All right. Why? I don't understand why the poetry is sticking with you.
I don't know. It just feels like angsty emo teenage Wesam, and I'm like, come on, man, you got to pay taxes someday.
This does not sound like the Wesam that I know.
What's the Wesam you know?
Open.
Yeah.
You're up here. You vibrate up here. You're very in touch with your physicality and in a way that I would like to be more aware. Great human. I would never think that you would be like, oh, that's bad. Something I wrote when you were a teenager. You got to forgive yourself.
Yeah.
And then just come on.
I don't think it's bad, but it's I don't know. It makes me uncomfortable to read it. I got to be honest with that. It gets me uncomfortable.
But that doesn't mean you can't write something now. What does that have to do with this?
You're right.
You're
right.
That's not that. I mean, how long ago was that?
Oh. Early 2000s. Yeah.
Right. You're a baby then.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all right. You were a baby. It's fine.
All right. Oof. You know what? This is maybe, you're right. You're right. I want to grow. I want to be back to the old Wesam you love DeMane. I need your approval.
That's why I'm here. Lay down on the couch.
You ever go back in your old Instagram posts and I see the captions I write and I'm like, this is stupid.
You can edit it, dude.
Yeah, but that's not is that form of journaling? Do you think, like old Instagram posts?
Nah, if you want, it's whatever you want it to be.
I think I need to go back in some of my old Facebook posts and.
You can.
Yeah.
Look, my friend's daughter, I call her my niece. I call my friend my sister, and just call her my niece. The kids these days, right? You look on their IG, they get rid of everything. They'll have something up. They'll have, she had a whole 30 squares, and then she had no squares. I'm like, where are the squares? We're done here. But then she has a life on Snapchat. I don't do the Snapchats.
Yeah.
And then she's on the TikToks. I don't really do that. I have my name, but I don't post anything.
Yeah.
So,
You
I
just
can't.
creep on TikTok?
Every now and then, some people send them to me. I hate it when they send it to me as a text, and then I do it, and then it opens, and then I got it. It's so many rabbit holes. I don't have time. It's too many socials.
I'm caught in a few group messages on Instagram and TikTok where people are just sending me a bunch of videos.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have to be like, okay, I have to sit down and go through these.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel bad if I don't look at what everyone has sent me. So I have a bunch of different threads, a bunch of different groups. I got like my sister and my niece, and then I got my college friends, and then I'm like, I never got caught up.
Oh my God. I have to bring this up on the air. Do you remember?
What's happening?
Okay. I sent you a happy birthday voice message a while back.
Yes.
And then
I love that. Thank you.
And then you said, "You're the best. Thank you so much for taking the time. I should be out that way next month. KYP, as the kids say, and sending lots of light and always."
Yeah.
I didn't know what KYP
Oh,
meant.
you didn't know?
No.
Oh, yeah.
That's
right.
Right. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know what. I'm going to Google this. The first thing that comes up is kill yourself, please.
Why would I ever say that?
I know.
Why would I ever do that?
You would never, but it just made me cry laughing, and then it was just a funny back and forth between us. But what does it mean again? It means
keep you posted.
Keep you posted.
Keep KYP, KMP, keep me posted.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I'm
That's
not.
These I don't know a lot.
Okay.
I'm more in the ETA, EOD.
I know ETA.
EOD.
What's that?
End of day.
And
yeah, like that's work shit. You know what I
right,
mean?
Right.
I'm not like, yeah.
Okay. But that's because you're doing a lot of work and a lot of emails, so that's probably why you know the lingo.
Emails.
You're on what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shows right now?
Yes.
It feels like that.
This is a show actually. We're filming this outside of this. There's cameras outside your cameras.
I didn't get my contract.
You get it after.
I get it after. Oh,
surprise contract.
Dr. Wolf, right?
Dr. Wolf, which will start soon.
Yes.
I'm
excited for that. I found.
Yes.
That's been airing.
Yes.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Great run.
Thanks
Lots
so
of
much.
positive feedback from that as well. Tremendous cast. Fun storytelling too. Intense storytelling actually.
Oh, super intense.
When I say fun, I mean as the actor, like to play this kind of thing. Yeah. And then you also had oh my gosh, what's the other one? The millionaire heiress who made a hair fortune.
Oh, that was a self-made. Inspired by the life of Madam C.J.
That's
Walker.
2022, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah. Nice job.
Do you ever stop?
Not really. I don't want to.
You don't want to stop?
No. I got, Ava DuVernay put me in the rocket ship, man. I'm just going to stay circling. I'm going to orbit all the time.
I love that. So, something that kind of affected me, and I've had a really interesting transition into teaching acting. I teach at 3 different places now.
3 places?
Yeah.
What?
I've been very blessed, and they're tremendous institutes, all 3 places, and so it's been making my craft so much sharper, and I feel so excited every time I get an audition now. The fire has been brought back up. I'll be honest with you. COVID kind of brought me down with a lot of like the self-taping and then like producer sessions. Like I feel like the computer screen was a block,
Yeah.
and just life in general.
Sure.
And then the strike happened after everything was picking back up again, and then
Right.
strike happens. At any point, is there such thing as a director's writer's block, or a producer's writer's block, or producer's block, director's block, if that makes sense?
Not for me personally. I just bounce to something else. You just bounce. You put it away, you put it down, and if I hit any block anywhere, I'll be like, well, I'm just gonna go pick up this other project I haven't picked up in a while, or I'm gonna go walk around outside and take some photos, or be in nature. I'm gonna go to this museum I haven't gone to in a long time. I'm gonna read. I'm like reading 6 books simultaneously. It's bad news. Pick up a book and just read like a few pages. Like, I think what social media has done, which is terrible, in terms of our attention span, is we're just like, we're just, shiny thing, gnats running around.
Yeah.
And so that's what I use. And I'll be like, all right, well, I'll jump over here and I'll do this. And then I'll get back to it. Or I'll commit to watching a movie that I needed to watch. I'll watch that and and then I'll go back to it. So I think it's words are super important to me, and I don't like the word block because it blocks you. So I don't use that word block. I'm like, all right, this is an opportunity. I'm going to jump over here and do this.
I like that better.
Yeah. And then I'm like, how long is this going to take? I might not have time for a 2-hour movie, but I could read that Atlantic article that somebody sent me that I bookmarked that I know I should have read a while ago, or I can call my Aunt Franny, or I could talk to my sister, so there's just different ways to do it. And I'm like, all right, so I'm going to take time off, this little time, and I'll think about how much time that is. And I might set a timer, or I might look at the clock and be like, all right, it's going to be 45 minutes. And then I'll jump back in.
That's smart. And that works for you.
Yeah. Because I think blocking, you beat yourself up. I don't want to beat myself up. No one should beat themselves up. The world will beat you up. Why are you beating yourself up? Yeah. Screw that.
I like that. I still have that, by the way, the I don't know the exact term for it, patch you gave me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's on my, yeah.
I'm so glad.
I like that. That's a shifting of perspective on the problem, in quotation marks.
Yes, right. Because then it's our fault somehow, right? Or it's our inability, or it's our artistry. My artistry isn't good enough to get through this thing. Dude, you need that block sometimes, so you can get out of your head and then circle back. Like you have to have that sometimes to bring you other places, and you may not have got there if you didn't hit a stop.
Yeah.
It's just a pause. It's fine.
I think you nailed one of the key problems is the social media aspect. Yeah. This attention span.
Oh yeah.
It's affected me.
Yeah.
I find myself scrolling on the TikTok or watching a YouTube video and fast forwarding through, and then end up going back because I'm like, I fast forwarded too much, and then I'm like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
I catch myself doing that.
Yeah. And then it's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've done that. It's a little scary actually. I'm like, I'm just gonna look at this, and then I look at the clock, and I'm like, oh my God, I've been doing this for 2 hours.
All
and
right.
I'm supposed to sleep.
Here's a personal question.
Yeah.
What's the algorithm on your TikTok feed? What's it like? What's stuff coming up? Is it TV shows, conspiracy theories, people playing badminton? Like, how random is it?
Cats, dogs. I'm allergic. I don't have either. But they're fun. They're funny. And I send them to people, and people send them to me. They make you happy.
Yeah.
Music, lots of music. People falling sometimes. I'm sorry.
This is why we're friends.
You know what I mean? It's just like sometimes someone just wipes out, and you're like, oh my God. I saw it this morning. When I shouldn't have been, I was on, and there was a guy carrying a cat, and he slipped on the ice, and the cat flew up in the air, and like he fell and the cat fell. And the cat's gonna land on his feet. The cat's fine. The guy, I don't know. That's the other thing. I'm always like, what happened next? I want to see, did the ambulance come? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Was it, and then foods, lots of foods, food stuff. I love a soup. I make soups all the time.
What kind of soup do you make?
There's so many great. Oh man. All right, so butternut squash with a coconut milk, a little coconut oil. That's like my go-to, right? So you gotta like toss the butternut squash and olive oil, salt, pepper, and you put that in the oven. And then you do like a garlic onion situation. You saute that, right, on the side, and then you get the squash, and then you use your in the blender, and a little coconut milk and a little veggie stock, and then I do a little like a crispy kale on top, just on top there.
Is it
Add
salted?
A little cumin. Oh yeah, sea salt, cumin, smoked paprika. Smoked paprika is the fucking shit.
Sounds so good right now.
Fucking soup. Oh, and there's this Paul Bertoli 5-ingredient cauliflower soup.
What's the 5 ingredients?
Cauliflower, water, salt, onion, olive oil.
That's it.
That's it. And it's the best soup ever.
Oh,
I have it in the freezer right now. I can see it. It's in the freezer when I get home. Soup.
You ever have like a roasted cauliflower?
Yeah.
Like a big roasted cauliflower with a very light tahini on top. You know, it's like charred a little bit and right in the right places, and it's soft and it has that.
Can you make it? You can make that?
No, I had it at a restaurant a couple of times. I'm sure I could make it. For the people listening, I'm on day 3 of my only water fast.
Oh yeah, sorry. We should be talking about food.
No, it's okay. Like my mouth is salivating.
I'm so sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It feels really good that we're talking about it. Honestly,
does it?
Yeah.
Because what time does food happen?
We got dinner at 5, guys. 5.
Like
yeah, 5.
Okay.
We might have to do a little earlier, maybe 4 or 3. Really excited to talk about our sponsor this week, Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating healthy. Listen, let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients with nothing artificial. And you know me, I love the organic lifestyle. Choose from recipes featuring lean proteins like turkey and sockeye salmon, barramundi, tilapia, scallops, and shrimp, certified organic whole fruits, vegetables, and eggs, and plenty of whole grain options. Something really cool that Green Chef is doing is that they're offering you a free session with registered dietitians who can walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So, some amazing options, and I'm just going to name a few of them. You get to eat clean the delicious way this December with flavor-packed recipes like buttery lemon garlic shrimp, harissa apricot chicken, maple butternut squash risotto, and sriracha tamari beef bowls. Yes, please. Another great aspect about Green Chef is the fact that they offset 100% of their delivery emissions, plus nearly all packaging materials are curbside recyclable in most areas of the U.S. And with Green Chef, you're reducing your food waste by up to 23% versus the grocery store. So you're saving money, eating healthy, and you're feeling great. One of the meal kits that I got was the salmon with dill salad. Oh my gosh. This was one of the best salmons I've ever had. And usually I'm not a big fan of dill, but the way they incorporated it into the salad and the way it balanced with the salmon was just absolutely delicious. And so each of these dinners are ready in less than 30 minutes. Also, you can save time with 10-minute lunch options, grab-and-go breakfasts, ready-to-eat snacks, and bundles from Green Market. Plus, you cut down on meal prep with pre-portioned and prepped ingredients, including pre-measured sauces, spices, and dressings delivered right to your door. Green Chef is now owned by HelloFresh, which was a previous sponsor of our show, which we loved. And with a wider array of meal plans to choose from, there's something for everyone with Green Chef. And personally, I love switching between the brands, and now my listeners can enjoy both brands at a discount with me. Go to greenchef.com/60WeSam and use 60WeSam to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. Again, go to greenchef.com/60WeSam and use code 60WeSam to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. We might have to do a little earlier, maybe 4 or 3.
Why is it 5? Because it's got to be exactly 72 hours.
No, I'm not. I'm hitting it just to the 72 hours, just a little bit before, because after that, apparently some other stuff starts happening, and so I don't want that other stuff to start happening.
Some
I want
esophageal stuff.
I don't know. I read it, and then here's the thing. I read it, and I go, okay, that's what I need to do, and then I forget the reasons why. So this is why I need a journal.
You haven't been journaling while you're on the fast?
No.
No voice memos? No,
nothing. I thought about like doing some stories, but then I feel bad for doing that because I know there are certain people around the world who don't have food, and you know what I mean? So I don't want to like, I don't know. I feel like bad for like, I'm on a water fast, and you know, stuff is going around the world.
Well, that's part of that's part of the. I used to fast once a week. This was a long time ago, and it was great. And when I did it, I would just have this like supreme gratitude because we do have, you know, less food security than other people, and then I would come back and I would think of the people who don't have it, and I don't know. I just it sort of deepens things, you know. And then I would sometimes follow that up with, okay, let me find an organization to donate to that might, you know.
I like that.
Yeah.
What kind of fast did you do? It was just the no food or water, or just water?
Just water. Whenever I fast, it's water.
Okay.
I never deny myself water.
Yeah.
But that was what I would do that once a week. And then the other fast is, what is that? It's a master cleanse. It was called.
That's right.
With that stuff, with the juice, with the cayenne. That's delicious. The lemonade.
Yeah. I like ginger shots.
I love ginger. Do you make fresh ginger tea?
No, I don't make fresh ginger tea.
What's going on?
I don't know. I feel like I should have been doing all this stuff since we've last hang out. Now I feel bad.
Yeah.
So ginger tea.
Fresh ginger tea.
Okay.
Yeah. You're just going to take the fresh ginger root and you do it in a pot.
Okay.
And then you just keep boiling and boil until the water changes color. So the darker the water, the more
That's a lot of work.
potent.
Boiling water?
DeMane, I'm the most lazy person when it comes to cooking.
Why?
I worked in a restaurant for most of my life with my family, and I'm just.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
so you're
I'm
rebelling? This is your rebellion?
This is my I'm done. I'm done cooking chapter.
What did you? I'm sorry, we're still talking about food, by the way.
That's
I can
okay.
see your face. You're like, did you?
Eventually, by the end of that.
We're just gonna wheel in a steak and cheese at the end here.
Oh
for
my
you.
God, a steak and cheese
sub.
sounds fucking amazing.
Sub. All right, we're gonna stop talking about
That's
food.
no okay.
Let's
That's
switch
okay.
it. No, you're
Well,
gonna-
let's go back to people falling because I got to tell you one of my favorite videos of all time, and we
Yes.
still haven't made our wall of fame here on
Okay.
Wesam's World. It's videos that make me like cry laughing.
Yes.
And the first one up there is the classic video of these two guys. I think they're from Pakistan, and they're on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And their faces. I mean, okay. So one guy's riding the motorcycle, the other guy's behind him, and the guy behind him has his cell phone out like this, and they're both looking at the cell phone.
Oh my God.
And they look like so happy and like they're free, you know. And I'm imagining this story behind them, you know, like maybe, you know, it's a deep love between them, and now this is the only time they can ride the motorcycle and feel free with each other,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. And then they just crash, and the video cuts off, and it's so sudden and jarring that I wish we could find it to show you. But yeah, that's one of my favorite all-time videos on the internet, and they're okay. They're okay.
They're here.
Yay! Yeah.
Do you bookmark videos?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. How many bookmarks do you have on IG?
a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Me too. Yeah.
It's mostly on TikTok.
Yeah. You like the TikToks, huh?
It's easy. It feels like Vine, like the old days of Vine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I like for, you know, wasting time. You know what? On flights, when I was flying back between here and New York City, I was flying a lot because I was shooting Law and Order for a while. Mm-hmm. And
You're so good. You're so good.
oh, thank you.
So good.
Thank you. I would be on the flight and killing time on TikTok. That flight goes by so quick.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But so TikTok over the IG is what you're saying.
For
you.
wasting time for videos.
wasting time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My Instagram algorithm is a little.
Yeah. What is yours?
We've talked about this on the show before.
Oh, okay. So we should jump to something else then.
I feel embarrassed talking about it with a little bit. It's a lot of.
Let's go to the clips. Go to the clips.
No, please don't show. Please.
Wait.
No. DeMane, do not show my Instagram algorithm up
Go
here.
to the big board.
Um,
Survey says
It's an eclectic mix of
boy.
of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very eclectic mix, and sometimes, you know. Anyway, next topic. We're gonna go.
That's for the Wesam's World After Dark.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We,
Right.
I wanted to ask you before I forget. So we figured out what you do with the blocks. They're non-existent. You don't look at them like that.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point in your career, do you have any like fears and anxieties and with like approaching a new project at all, or is it more just excitement?
It's more excitement. I channel fear into excitement.
Okay.
Because that's kind of what it is, right? You're excited about it, but you don't really know how to process it, and there's the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just like, you know what, I'm excited because then otherwise fear has negative connotations. So again, words that have negative connotations, I try to kind of eliminate or I flip them. Anxiety, I was never anxious until COVID.
Oh.
Yeah. So now I'm a little bit more, I get, first of all, before COVID, I was a bit of a germaphobe already.
Oh.
Yeah. Like I would carry wipes in my bag and, stuff like that. Not anything super crazy, but I was always, and then COVID happened and suddenly I'm like, oh my God. Like I have in my right front pocket, I've got a little baby sanitizer that I carry with me all the time. In my bag, I've got masks. I've got iodine swabs. I've got an extra lanyard.
Oh, wow.
I've got, yeah. And so I have to have all of these kind of things with me. And I used to, as I've gotten older, crowds, I get a little like, okay, what's going to happen here because of crowd? I'll tell you when I think it happened. I went to a Radiohead show outdoors in Massachusetts. Phenomenal show. Right near the airport, so planes would fly over and like you could just see the bottom of the plane so close and everyone would cheer when it was happening. Just incredible experience. And then it ended and it was at a racetrack. So there's that center circle, that's probably winner's circle, right, at the racetrack. And it was fenced in. And people were leaving, and they were trying to cut through it. So people pushed that fence down, and I was walking, and my friends with me, and we're going, and all of a sudden people were getting impatient, but they were impatient because the fence was knocked down, so people were navigating the fence. And I was very far away from it, but at one point, I was like, oh, shit, my feet aren't on the ground. I was moving, and my feet weren't on the ground because we were packed so tight. And I was like, oh no, this is it. This is how I die. And so I pushed back until I was out. So in the elevator, sometimes I'll be like, there's too many people. Yeah, I'm gonna take the steps. And because COVID is and how it's passed, I do get like anxious about, okay, is this what is this?
Oh man.
And I'm working on that. But so that's actually I have more anxiety about that and things in the world than I do on a set. What's great about a set is you have so many people who are there to help you, so many craftspeople, and they're going to remind you of things, and they're going to do their job, and as long as you plan, it's okay. So you don't really have to worry, you don't really have to worry that much. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think part of that comfortability is that you're comfortable in your craft and you've done it so much that you kind of know how to navigate a lot of things, and that comes with time and experience?
I think so. I think it's the excitement too. Like I get excited and that gets other people excited because I still can't believe that I get to do this job. It's ridiculous. And it's like for me, the best job in the world. And you get to sort of activate and inspire other people and see what they get excited about because everybody's so skilled. And then everyone gets to bring their thing to it. So yeah, that makes I get comfortable when other people are excited about us making this thing together, and then we all make it together, and then it's like, all right, we did that, now let's go make it again because we got all a bajillion more scenes to do.
Yeah.
You
said you were in the crowd and you felt like that anxiety and that stress. In jiu-jitsu, this has happened to me twice. I've panic tapped where a person's on top of me and they're not just on top of me where their weight, but they're driving. So they're on their toes and they're actually driving their chest into my chest and they're kind of smothering me.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, I'm wearing my headgear to protect my ears so I don't get, like, cauliflower ear.
Yeah.
And so that strap is, like, choking me as well. And then I'm just like, oh, my God. It was the first time it happened. I was like, oh, this is what claustrophobia feels like.
Yes,
oh, my God.
that's
This is
it.
why people freak out. And I'm like, I could deal with it. And I'm like, oh, no. And, like, it happened twice. And I was like, holy shit, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
You really feel like your heart is going to, like, it's either going to, like, explode or just stop beating because you can't get oxygen in. And, yeah, crazy experience because it reminded me slightly of the soccer game that my brothers and I went to in Manchester, England. And that place was packed with people. Yeah, not a fan of crowds either. I always feel like it's not safe, you know.
Yeah.
Stuff can go down.
It's dicey.
Yeah.
You know? So what is the tap? Is it a special type of tap when you...
Yeah, you go like that. You just go, and they go, oh, okay. Next question. Yeah, you can say tap, or you can literally tap them on the shoulder, or sometimes if both of your arms are subdued, you have to tap with your feet.
Okay.
And your partner should have a good self-awareness of, okay, it's in, I'm finishing it, I got to pay attention to when they're going to tap, or if they don't tap, they're going to pass out.
Well, finishing it like finish him? Like, are these death matches? What's happening?
Yeah, I have 6 people I've murdered so far.
Oh, okay, good.
No, these are cases pending. No.
I almost... You can't do that when I'm actually... Come on, because I will... Yeah, I'll spray.
I do that on purpose.
Yeah, well, got a raincoat.
We got to get clips for the show. Numbers are down.
Oh,
It's end of the year. We gotta finish strong for those sponsors. It's ad week, by the way, so really excited for that.
What's ad week?
We've got a sponsor.
We got a sponsor this week.
Oh,
Yeah.
who can you say or no?
Green Chef.
Green Chef. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So it's good. Well, they're talking about food again.
I know.
Oh my God, Green Chef. Okay, this is gonna be just this an extra spot for them.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
because
Give it to him. Yeah.
It's like a box that comes to your house.
Yeah, and you cook
Okay.
the food. And honestly, I know I told you, like, I'm not a big fan of cooking, but this was so streamlined for me that I was like, boom. It was less than 30 minutes, and it was salmon. Oh my gosh, on like a little kale salad, like a dill kale salad. Oh my God, get out of town.
And you pick.
I'm not a big fan of dill, but that was good.
You pick.
What do you mean you pick?
You pick the meal that you want.
You pick the meal.
Okay. And what's the green part?
Oh, healthy organic ingredients.
Oh, nice. All right, I'm gonna write this down.
Yeah, and you can use promo code. Oh God, what's the
What's
promo
the promo
code?
code?
We have it here somewhere.
Let's go.
Wesam's.
Come on.
Wesam 20.
Blow it.
Wesam.
Is it your name?
I have it here on my email.
Is
Alex,
it everywhere?
It's on my email.
Is it everywhere? Is it national?
It's national. Oh yeah, it's national.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the website? Greenchef.com?
Greenchef.com.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Greenchef.com.
Hold on, it's coming up. Here it is.
Oh, it's a 60% off offer.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm buying this for a
20%
friend.
off the next 2 months.
What's the Wesam's code?
Wesam 60?
Why is it
Wesam's hungry.
talking points?
Usually at the end.
I know.
Wesam should not be on a fast talking about Green Chef. This is
Greenchef.com/60 Wesam.
Yeah.
okay.
60
60
as
Wesam.
like
60
six
spell it
zero
out?
or
60
60.
60.
Wesam. And the code is
Wesam.
60 Wesam. 60% off.
Oh, this is good. Oh, I know exactly who I'm getting this for. I won't say because then she'll know
Okay.
for Christmas. Thank you. That's wonderful.
You're welcome. This is what we do here. We change lives. What was the question?
I have no idea. That's on you, dude.
Oh no. No. These are not death matches. That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They're just
All right.
you get somebody in a arm bar or a chokehold, and it's like, okay, I can't get out of this, and so tap, and then you start again.
Should we be designing a different helmet maybe without a chin strap? What's up with that?
Oh, it's to protect the ears. So, but that's the only way to protect the ears. You got to have like it's like the
Is it,
wrestler's
though?
headgear. It
Is
is.
it? Is there something else?
I
Should it go
looked.
around the back of the head?
It's
Should you
loosey
design
goosey.
something?
You want me to design it?
Loosey goosey? Did you just say that?
Yeah, it's loosey goosey. That sounds like what you're describing as loosey goosey.
It could work.
It gets violent. It gets wild. You know what? You would like jujitsu.
Why? So, why do you do it?
Oh, that's a great question, and I'm going to answer it this way.
Oh boy. Hopefully not by putting me in a chokehold.
Come here to me.
It's a snuff. It's a snuff podcast. We killed another one.
Oh my God, we made it through 270. Getting comfortable being uncomfortable
That's
is
good. I like this.
one of the most beneficial things that I can do for myself.
I like this.
And it's helped me in acting. It's helped me deal with stress in life because there's a saying, there's no situation you can't get out of. And
That's a jiu-jitsu saying, or that's just a saying?
I guess you could say a jiu-jitsu saying, but it's also from this movie called Red Belt, which is my all-time favorite film.
Yeah.
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 We talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was before I started jiu-jitsu that Red Belt was my favorite film. And now that I'm practicing it, I'm going, wow, there's a deeper understanding to that meaning.
That's wonderful.
And the camaraderie that happens with people is so different when you're grappling than any other martial art. I feel like with striking, there's this distance that you're always keeping with people.
Yeah.
But with grappling, you're right there with them.
Yeah, sure.
And there's this other great saying. It's one of the few martial arts that people genuinely are helping you get better to beat themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like because all the training partners I've had at the school, and now I've been there for over a year and a half, and I'm doing the same thing. But they're like, "Hey, make sure you don't put your arm up in this position because that way I can get it." And it's like, thank you for the tip. Now I'm not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're just constantly helping each other, and it's done in a safe and controlled way at Little Tokyo Fight Club. And our two black belt teachers, Edmund and James, are elite level. I'll show you after the podcast. Maybe a small clip of them rolling, but I got to watch them roll together for the first time. And let me just say this. There's levels to everything, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's a humbling experience whenever you watch somebody who's like rolling with you and they're like taking it easy, and then you watch them rolling with somebody else and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
you guys are real murderers.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, it really puts things in perspectives. And also it makes you just not want to fight anybody because you're like, you know what, fighting is the last thing I want to do. But you want to be prepared to fight, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. David Mamet, right?
David Mamet. Yeah.
Mamet?
You said Mehmet?
Meme?
You said Mehmet?
Mehmet? Mame? Mehmet?
Mehmet? Do you watch stand-up? I think it's Mamet.
Do I?
It's Mamet,
I say Mehmet.
It might be more of a French way to say it versus
Yeah, it could be.
American way.
Yeah.
I'll meet you halfway. I'll say David.
David?
Yeah, I'll say David. Mamet.
Okay. That works. That works.
Do you watch any stand-up?
Stand-up comedy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all the time. That's also in my algorithm.
Who do you like?
Oh, now I'm not going to remember anybody. Oh, my God. Samir, what's his last name? I got to look at my phone.
Samir.
Okay. And he's got a podcast, actually, called, I think it's called Halal Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know that?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, he's great. Who else do I like? I'm not going to remember anybody now.
That's okay if you can't. I like how you had your phone like out, like hidden. I like that.
I tried to, because then otherwise it's here, and no one wants that. Well, I'll tell you later.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
You'll do some notes at the end or something.
I'll do it. Like we'll edit in a whole list of like the people
just
you
scroll.
like. Yeah, just a scrolling list right now.
It's fun to find out.
Yeah, I like that.
Do the more you know.
There you go. Did you ever watch that show growing up? The More You Know.
No.
Is that a More You Know? Is that a show? No, it's Reading Rainbow. I'm thinking Reading Rainbow.
No, it was like a rainbow with a star that would go, and I think it was on NBC.
Yeah.
And it would tell you about, yeah.
I'm silly. I'm connecting two things just because they had a rainbow in it. Reading Rainbow and The More You Know.
Well, it's fine.
Reading Rainbow, I can be anything.
Close
Close
enough.
enough. Is that it?
Nope, but
Nope.
close
Okay,
enough.
close
Are
enough.
you gonna sing it? Now it's your turn.
No.
Wow,
No,
did you
I
hear
can't.
that?
I know.
I can't.
That was very Christian Bale-ish.
I was-
Where are the detonators?
Yeah.
No.
No. That's actually the
Get
deepest.
Christian Bale singing "Reading Rainbow." It's Batman.
Oh, that's good.
Actually, with AI, we could probably do that really
Oh
easily.
no,
What do you think about that?
terrible.
Terrible.
It's the worst.
Yeah, AI in general, or just
Listen, man, hell in a handbasket. That's not. This isn't what. I'm actually using the word human more, just so, you know what I mean, to differentiate. Yeah, I don't think we need some guardrails there.
big time guardrails.
Yeah.
We got a decent amount in this last strike.
Yeah, I didn't read through the whole thing, but it seems like there's some. It seems like there's some hope there.
Some
but,
hope.
You know, there could be ethical AI, but there's not. You know,
Mm.
if everything were tagged, why can't you just tag everything?
What do you mean?
You can tag the clips so that this thing is put together, and then now I know where it came from. But you're not doing that. So, and I think we were kind of waiting for the publishing industry to save us. I don't know if that's going to happen. You know, George R.R. and what is it? The corrections author of the corrections, Jonathan Franzen, and everybody got together and they're doing big lawsuits against it because you go to AI and say, "Give me this in the style of Jonathan Franzen," and it's in that style because they're just scraping from their books.
That's a big issue.
AI scrapes. That's all they're doing. They're scraping from our social media. They're to create whatever it is that you're asking.
But what if it's good? No, I'm kidding. Come on, man. I've changed.
Yeah, you're a lot different. I'm shocked.
I think it's terrifying because we've done it a handful of times on the show as a joke.
Yeah.
Where we will have like a guest, one of my friends, Anthony, Mark Barrow, who's a tremendous actor.
Oh yeah.
I'll get some recordings of his voice and then have him be like, man, like, oh, the first time he was on the show, I did something like, hey man, why'd you leave me that drunk voicemail last night? He's like, what are you talking about? And then like we'll play something and he's like, oh my God, like that, like obviously we say it's fake, it's all like that stuff, but like it's so easy to do. You need like maybe a minute and a half of somebody's voice recording, and now they can say anything.
That's problematic.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. And it's also just lazy. From a creativity standpoint, like I don't, you know, boop boop, now it's done. Would you say you press the button? That's it.
But what if it's good?
You are not the man I knew.
We all change, DeMane. We all change. The world has made me colder. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, can we talk about you teaching?
Oh yeah.
So you're teaching at 3 different schools?
Yep. The Prep, IDSA Los Angeles, Identity School of Acting. They're based out of London. The Prep is a online school that I do online Zoom coaching, and they have in-person classes on the East Coast, and they're starting to build up on the West Coast. And then at Zach Barnett Studios, I'm starting in January.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Zach
That's
Barnett is
fantastic.
located out here in Los Angeles, and it's been an amazing process because I didn't realize how much I knew about acting until I started having to teach it. And I don't mean to make that sound like a cocky thing or anything, because I if somebody were to tell me, well, break this down, I would just be like, oh, well, this is what like that's what happened. I'm like breaking these things down, but it's coming in a natural way where I'm like, oh yeah, I do know how to get from point A to point B in terms of this or this scene or whatever. And yeah, it's just been fun and exciting, and watching students get it. You know, some students get it. I'm like, yeah, that's it. And they're like, oh, that's it. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
do it
That's
again.
That's
Yeah.
great.
There's
I
been
love-
some yelling and some screaming. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Some throwing of things.
Yeah. Have you ever had to teach directing or writing or?
No, I taught an advertising course before. Yeah, I used to be. That was my former career. I was a copywriter, creative director. The Art Institute in Boston, I taught a course, a couple of courses, I think, of advertising.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it was good. I didn't like the sort of the make a syllabus, get it approved. What are you, like that. That's that sort of part of it. Where other people being, well, you should. And I'm like, really? Now you're teaching me? Like, there's a separate thing to do that? But
Yeah.
yeah. It was cool. It was cool. That energy is great. I like any kind of energy that creates something.
Yeah. I put a lot of energy into it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good. I wouldn't want to be doing any other kind of like. I don't want to call it like a side job, but it's something I really enjoy doing too. So, but acting is definitely my main passion.
Have you ever done a musical?
Yeah, and colleges and stuff. But
What would you do?
Reefer Madness, Carnival, West Side Story in high school,
What did you
Wizard
do
of
with West
Oz.
Side Story?
Bernardo. Yeah,
Bernardo.
yeah.
That's fantastic.
Got to shank somebody. It was fun. I got shanked. Yeah, it was great.
Dancing?
Yeah, it was a little rough for me.
Was it?
Yeah.
Still?
Maybe hip hop. I can't do hip hop dance really well.
Hip hop dance.
Yeah.
You break dance? Is that
No.
what you?
No.
But
No, I can't.
spin on your head.
No, I gotta go to a hip hop class with Charles Michael Davis soon.
Do you?
Yeah. Because I gotta
Okay.
do it.
Oh, that's because there's a secret group. Is there a secret hip hop dance group?
No, we made it like a deal. Like I would go do a class, and now I have my Thursdays open. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go join you in a hip hop class.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my God, you want to see comedy? Watch me try to do hip hop.
I'm excited about this. You're filming it. You're gonna film. Only in the chair. Only in the chair. I don't think they do that last part.
It's dance.
Is it okay? All right.
What is this show? Sometimes I don't know.
It's you. It's your life. It's great.
me. It's me. You know what? My stomach now is really not gargling. What is it called? Growling.
Yes. Mine was earlier when we were talking about the cauliflower soup.
Are you vegetarian or vegan? Or no? Neither. Oh no.
I now, full disclosure, I eat chicken and eggs.
Welcome to the club.
Thanks. I went to a bio-elimination food specialist when I was in Toronto, which you're supposed to say Toronto. You're not supposed to pronounce the T. Spent a little time up there. You're not supposed to pronounce the T. That's how they know you're not from there. Toronto.
Bio-elimination
Food specialist.
food specialist.
Yes, I'll give
Great.
you his name. So he muscle tests all these different food. You know about muscle testing.
All the time.
Okay. And then I was like, he goes, okay, so why are you here? And I go, I'm here because I want to do this. I'm going to be doing this job for the next, 50, 60 years. And I want to know what foods feed me best so that I have enough energy because I'm on set for, 12, 16, sometimes 18 hours. I'm up just working. And he knew what I was eating, and he did the muscle tested, and my body rejected like all vegetables, and I was vegan at that point. And then he muscle tested with chicken and eggs, and my body was like, yes. And I go, so you're gonna tell me to eat chicken and eggs? And he was like, so I hadn't had chicken and eggs in 27 years.
Whoa.
And so then I thought like it was going to be this this awful thing. I was going to get stomach cramps and crawling around on the floor in a cold sweat and So I went and I bought, and the food is very clean in Toronto. In Canada, the food is, it's not the USDA. Like it's real. It's you notice a difference immediately. There's certain brands you can't get down here. I've tried. There's So I got some chicken. And I was like, I have 24, 26 hours before I have to be somewhere in case I get really sick. I didn't get sick at all. was enough. My body was like, yes, this is what we want.
That's great.
Yeah. And so I've been doing that ever since. And that protein. The other thing that I do is what was a podcast I was listening to? I eat protein first when I have a meal. So instead of, they're like you get a salad with an appetizer, blah blah blah. I'll eat a lot of the protein first, so I'm satiated, and then I'll eat the side dishes, the vegetable, because then you're not just filling up on stuff, and then you eat the protein, and then you're overeating, right? So I'm trying to do smaller portions, eat the protein first. Yeah, I had no idea how much I missed a boiled egg.
I love that.
Boiled egg is like, that's my thing.
Do you do it like partially boiled, or do you like a little creamy inside, or you like fully boiled?
I never liked it, and now I'm into a little creamy inside. I'm into a runny egg.
Yo.
I'm into a runny fried egg.
Oh my gosh.
You put that garlic crisp. You know about the garlic crisp.
No, what is a garlic crisp?
Oh, I'm gonna send y'all that garlic crisp.
What is a garlic?
I'm sorry.
No,
Okay,
stop.
we'll go keep going.
No,
back
I
to
like
food.
this. I like
The
this.
Poor baby.
I like this. No, there's a place called Eat here in NoHo that I haven't been to in a while.
Yeah.
They do this chicken sausage that they smash, and it's like a jalapeno chicken sausage. And I tell them, hey, can you make it extra crispy? So burn it a little bit on the edges. And then put a couple of runny, easy, what's it called? Easy over eggs? Over easy. Thank you. Over easy eggs, right by its side, right? And they have this garlic pepper sauce that I put all over it. And they'll have you a side of like 2 pancakes, like homemade buttermilk pancakes with like that, just a little bit of syrup. And I like a little bit of extra butter.
Sweet. Oh, yeah.
A little cream in it.
So we just got Uber Eats, right? We'll just get it here right now.
That sounds so
We'll just
good
get it here
right now. In all honesty, the show continues on. However, our time on Adobe Radio has come to an end. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you follow DeMane Davis at
DeMane Davis
on Instagram. Also, watch Found on NBC.
Yes, Tuesdays. It's back on January 9th.
January 9th.
Yes.
Great.
And we got a second season.
The show continues on. Make sure you tune in tomorrow on YouTube or Spotify for the full episode. See ya.
What does that mean? What happens now?
We are only allotted an hour time on Adobe Radio.
Okay.
So then, but if they want to watch the full episode, they go to YouTube or Spotify the next day. Yeah, it's pretty
that's
fancy.
where you make the real money.
Yeah, that's where we're millionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get a Tesla. You get a Tesla. You get a Tesla.
Y'all get a Tesla?
You know, a Tesla. Found. I want to ask you this. I had the pleasure of auditioning for it. Loved the pilot.
Yeah.
Very intense.
Yeah.
Very intense concept for a show. How was that balance? And I'm just curious, is it different whenever you're producing or I guess I should say directing a show, maybe the tone of it for like NBC versus maybe if it was on Netflix or an HBO, like does the tone change at all for whenever it's on a different network or anything like that?
Yeah, certainly streaming, you have more time.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit more, R-rated, and there's you can drop an F-bomb and you can, might be a bit more explicit. The NBC is primetime, so you can't do that. When I worked on Clarice, that was CBS, I was surprised. Like we had a lot of, I filmed an autopsy scene, and it was like, I'm like, this is rugged. So you can show some things, but certainly this content, it's very important what NK and Keiichi Okoro Carroll has created, the showrunner, the writer, and created the show and wrote the first and second episode. It's about the fact that 600,000 missing people a year, more than half of them are people of color. And the thing that blows my mind is getting to do a little kind of a mini festival circuit with the pilot, and you see people in the audience, when you say that, they're like, what? Like, just no one knows. And so if it results in someone just being a little bit more vigilant and, seeing, I'd be at the, mall all the time and you see like just a little kid. I sometimes watch a little kid and I'd be like, whose child is this? you know, because sometimes the mother's on the phone or the dad and the kid's like 5 feet. I'm like, that's too far. So I'll wait. I'll turn and I'll wait until I see, okay, they're okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we can all do that, then maybe less people go missing. If we can all be just a little bit more mindful of that number, you know, because everyone deserves to be found.
100%. And just the idea of your child going missing. I don't have a child, but even the idea of my brother going missing is just heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
I don't think I could live my life normally.
Oh, no. I mean, talk about trauma. And so part of what the show is that this character, Gabby Mosley, played by Shanola Hampton, who is a dream and I absolutely adore, she runs this PR firm because what you have to do these days, if someone were to unfortunately go missing, is you call the cops and you call a PR firm so you can get to the top of the news cycle, because that's the only way to get eyes on your baby's photo and to get people to look, because no one is looking. In the month of October, there were 36 young black teenagers that went missing, all under the age of like 22, in Columbus, Ohio. What is going on in Ohio? And how come I had to look at Miss Viola Davis's IG thread to find out that information?
Can I tell you a story that happened to me in Hollywood? It's kind of by the school where I'm teaching. I had my car parked. I was there early, so I was just chilling in my car. And I noticed this young girl, maybe in her mid-teens, if that. Small, petite. As she got closer, I was kind of like clocking her because she was just, you know when you get an energy from someone?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah. Situational awareness anywhere when and you just like, wait a minute, this is unnatural behavior, something's up.
Yeah.
And I just was clocking her. I was staying on my phone, but I saw her, and then she comes up to my window and I see her through the window. My windows are tinted, but through the tint I could see she has like you know, some drug addicts, they have those sores, you know, like you could tell like this person's doing drugs or whatever. So I roll down the window, but she looks young. And I'm like, I roll down just a little bit. And I'm also looking around at this point because I don't know if there's a trap.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm looking around, and then I'm like, yeah. I want to make sure that I'm not a target. You know what I mean? So she's like, hey, do you have a couple dollars for me to get something from 7-Eleven? And I was just looking at her, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't have any. She's like, oh, well, could you give me a ride? And I'm like, no. And then there was something about her demeanor. She changed from being, she wasn't flirty, but she was being like very girly to, all right. And then she just walked away. Like it went away. And I was like, well, that was unsettling. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Just, I figured to myself, man, that's a young drug addict. That's very sad, whatever. So I rolled up my window, but I kind of kept an eye out, and I noticed this older guy coming up to her. Had to be her pimp. Just from their interaction and everything. And I'm just like, motherfucker. That's fucking crazy. Yeah. To see that, to not only see that, just to have that interaction with her, to like, how can I help her? How is it possible? Yeah. What do I do? Do I call the cops and say, what? I think this guy's her pimp? You know what I mean? Like, obviously she's on drugs. Look at her. You know, what are the cops going to do? And then I saw her walking, just going up to different guys and cars, and I'm just like, this is fucking crazy. Yeah. This is insane. And as an actor, and of course this is the actor brain that pops up in me, it's like, what are the steps needed for me to be in that pimp's place? Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? From where Wesam is right now, what life events have to happen for me to become the pimp?
Yeah, to traffic someone. You're trafficking someone. It's insane.
So that sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but that's why I figured it was such a challenging storytelling for primetime network. Do you know what I mean? So that's where I'm like, I just want to know a little bit of that. Sometimes do you want to go deeper into it? Sometimes do you have to pull back? That sort of thing with the show.
Well, those would be questions for Nkechi and also the co-showrunner Soné Hoffman. I read the first 3 episodes and then I didn't want to read anymore. Like I could have asked, but I didn't want to because I wanted to watch with an audience. So I watch and I live tweet with every Tuesday night with the audience because I love live tweeting. I'm addicted to it, and it's Twitter. I refuse, and I don't want the Tesla.
Oh no, sorry.
So
don't see the car I drive.
Because you're watching television with thousands and thousands of people essentially, and everyone's kind of going back and forth. So, obviously, if you know about the show and you know her secret, Gabby Mosley's secret, which is I won't spoil it for someone who wants to watch it, but NK's gone to some really dark places, and in the process shown us that everybody has trauma and everyone's trauma needs to be addressed. So it's Gabby and sort of her group of people. They all have trauma. Something happened to each one of them in this realm, and you get to learn about their stories and go deeper into their stories while you have sort of this case of the week situation, while you have this other ongoing situation with Gabby in her basement. So it's pretty astounding. It's a hat trick what she's done, and it's truly amazing. And when I read the pilot, I had no idea. I couldn't guess the ending, and I'm usually really good at being able to guess things in film and TV, which, I screamed out loud.
Sorry, the ending of the series or the pilot? The ending of
yeah,
pilot.
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
And so that having that meeting then with NK, I was like, I couldn't believe I can't guess it. And it wasn't until I read it that I remembered when I was little there was a van driven by a clown that was snatching children in my neighborhood. This is in Roxbury. And he'd drive to Dorchester, and we all knew about it. It was never on the news. And when I was like 7 or 8, I saw the van, and I saw the clown. And I was across the street, and I had a ball, and I was by myself in my hood. And across the street, there was like a mall. And I saw the van, and it was colored van, and with rusty wheel wells. And I saw the man, and he was in the back of the van, and he was wearing jeans, and the clown suit was like tied on him. I could see the ties, like the 3 ties up the back. And he put something in the van, and then he got in there and he drove away. And I remember that. I can see it so clearly. I can remember the smell of the day. And I'm like, I wasn't taken. Imagine what it's like for these characters. So I put myself in there and went to that place, and then used that as part of the look for the show, the feeling of the show. That's why it's handheld, because if these characters sit down, then they have to process what they've been through, and they don't want to. And also, if they sit down, then it's a minute away from them finding someone. So don't take time for themselves. They don't heal, and everybody needs healing. Everybody needs therapy. Everyone has had something traumatic happen, whether they want to admit it or not. So they just keep going.
Wow. That's so heavy.
Yeah, sorry.
No, don't be. That's part of life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the dark side of life.
Yeah.
This breaks my heart. But when I think about it, when I think about seeing sometimes those news clips, please help me find my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Please help me. And I'm just like feeling so helpless.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking the worst is happening to somebody you love, whether it be a sibling, a parent, even when a parent goes missing, they have dementia or whatever.
Right.
We actually had a neighbor who had dementia, and it sparked up just slowly, where she would just be walking by my apartment window and just kind of peering inside, and I thought she was just being some like creepy old lady, like, hey, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm almost nice, you know, I'm not like rude to her, but I'm like,
Right.
hey, can I help you?
Right.
And eventually her behavior got where I was like, oh, this is a red flag. She came up to my door, knocked on it, and then she would knock, like I would give her an answer to a question. She would leave. She would come back and ask me the same question. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
And on my Ring camera, throughout the night, she would be walking like at 1 a.m., 2:30, 3, 3:45, and just making circles. And you can see she's lost. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, I started contacting our manager. That one of our neighbors were helping her out. I'm like,
She lives
hey,
alone?
She lives alone. Her family's in Australia.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, we need to find someone
Yeah.
to contact her family and say, hey, your sister
Yeah.
has dementia. She's gonna get lost one day.
Right.
She's gonna leave and nobody's
Right.
gonna
No one's
find
gonna
her.
Find her.
We need to put a tracking thing in her shoe or something.
Yeah. AirTag.
So yeah, man, scary place. But I'm glad you. I don't know. Situational awareness helps tremendously. No, like not, just being oblivious whenever you're in public places. Keeping an eye on your kids.
Keep an eye on other people's kids. Keep you seeing that and not ignoring it and saying, hey, what do we do here? Right? That's, for me, that's what we're supposed to do as humans.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to do as citizens of the world, as neighbors. That's the neighborly thing to do. And that is what I would want someone to do for me. You know?
I see those clips of sometimes those guys trying to grab kids and I'm like, oh my God. There should be just a law. If you see somebody trying to do that, that person, done.
Yeah.
Dunzo.
Yeah.
Dunzo.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand people's. I do not understand people who want to harm kids like that.
Yeah.
I see a kid, I'm like, oh hi, like immediately, like you want to protect them or like make them happy, like psychos out there, monsters.
Yeah.
Damn. We
But
can't.
we can't.
We can't handle this.
Can't handle that.
All right, that's the show. DeMane Davis.
Psychos, monsters. Good night. Good night, everybody.
Sleep well. Bye. No. Man.
Have you seen Origin? You seen Ava DuVernay's movie Origin?
No.
Array?
No.
I'm not sure when it's in theaters.
Okay.
But again, look up Origin movie. It's based on the book Caste, Caste, by Isabel Wilkerson. Required.
Okay.
Required. Heartbreaking, revelatory, beautiful, so beautiful. Necessary. So it's about the caste system.
The caste system. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Origin was like a fun.
No. Sounds like it could be like an X-Men thing. No. It's heavy, but it's we need it.
Yeah. The Indian caste system. Do you know much about it?
Oh well, that's what this.
Okay.
Yeah.
The people who are in the lowest caste, how they
Yes.
clean the sewers and everything like that.
Yes.
I've seen documentaries on how they're literally neck deep and maybe going down cleaning the sewer system, and they're called the untouchables and everything. So
Yes.
I've watched a ton of documentaries on that.
Yes.
Some very wonderful just slices of life from people on the other side of the world. Young teenage boys or older teenage boys, they're scrounging the streets where they smelt gold, and the jewelers, they're getting all the dust. So why they sift through all this like toxic chemicals and everything just to get some small pieces of gold that they sell to what is basically their pimp, but it's a shady businessman who's giving them a fraction of what the gold has cost, and that way he makes the majority of the profit, and he makes everybody sleep in these like little small rooms.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's barbaric.
Yeah. That's slavery. So it's all of those things.
Wow. Origin. I'm gonna check this out.
Yeah.
Ava DuVernay.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta end on something positive.
All right. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna talk about
Um,
can't be food, because that's now I'm hungry. You're hungrier than I am.
There was one thing that we oh my God, I know the list I gave you. We barely went through. We barely went through the list.
We barely scraped. Oh, I have a present for you.
No.
Yeah, it's a little something. This is an artist, Sonny, S-O-N-I,
Oh,
and you put it in the window. She's an indigenous artist. You put it in the window, and it makes prisms all over. So it's a peel and stick.
what's her name?
Sonny, let me find her so I can get this right, because that's love her work. It is
Oh, it's right here at Sunny
There it
__
is.
artist.
Yeah,
S-O-N-I.
Sonny Lopez Chavez,
Wow.
S-O-N-I.
That's great.
Yeah, she's phenomenal.
Thank you.
And then I had a little gift for the office for you guys. Here, let's see in the back. This is very necessary. Jax. Jax.
Oh, I've never played this, but we are
Oh.
definitely gonna play
It
this.
still works. It's still a lot of fun.
It holds up.
It does.
We
Yeah.
used to play jacks.
Right? Twosies, threesies. What's up?
Did you ever play Foursquare with the ball
Yes.
and
I
the rules?
love the smell of that ball.
That rubber? Yeah. And that sound? Bing! Or,
Yes.
like, that's not the good sound, right? But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the rules you used to have at all?
Yeah, because you make up your own at some point, right?
Like,
Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
I don't remember. No.
Bouncies, because like there's two bounce.
right. So
Now, could you jump out of the square to get it? You could. As long as you bounced it in someone else's square, then the other person had to run and get it. That's what it was, right?
we called it found. No, I'm kidding. Just trying to plug the show again. You're still as awesome as ever, maybe even slightly
No.
more awesome.
Thanks. Very nice of you to say.
I'm again, congratulations on all
Thank
your
you so much.
success, all your wonderful storytelling adventures, and yeah, I can't wait to see you on set someday again.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Very
Yes.
excited about it.
Same.
I won't make you tap out.
Tap out. Oh, no, make me. Push me to the limit.
Take it to the limit. The limit.
Could you imagine a scene where I couldn't even imagine you yelling at me in a scene?
No.
Where's Sam? Come on!
Then I just tackle you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be a story in Hollywood forever.
Oh, yeah. No, we don't
People
want
would be
that.
upset with me. They're like, "What did you do to make DeMane tackle you on set? You must have done something wrong."
Chin strap.
Yeah.
You got to redesign it.
You know what? I love your push for creativity, and I'm gonna do it.
There has to be a thing where it's something that you just put, like a silicone,
Okay.
that you just put on the ears or something, right? That doesn't go, or it's on the back of the head. Why does it have to be here? That makes no sense.
Because it stays on better. Because this.
Does it though?
You know what? I don't know. Now I don't know.
I mean, because then it's not even about skill. It's just the chin strap can kill you. So what are we doing? It's not even fair. Like, what are we playing at now? Why don't we make it razor sharp? Like, what's going on?
Actually, the Velcro does get pretty sharp. It cuts
See
into my
what I
skin.
mean? Why is it Velcro?
Because it's got to stay on.
It's got to. There's something.
I
No.
got to protect my ears.
You just got it. They're great ears.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're definitely ending on that note. Play us out, Peyton. Thanks, everybody, for tuning into the show. I really appreciate you all. Make sure you use code WESAM or 60 WESAM.
Green Chef.
Green Chef. Use it. Use it as gifts. Start your new year off right with some good food. DeMane Davis, found. Check him out on. Check out the wonderful TV show on NBC, and also stay tuned for Dr. Wolf coming soon.
Coming soon. Well, I'll be making it soon. But yes,
I'm making it soon. Excuse me, making
Yeah,
it soon.
yes.
But stay tuned for it.
Yes, just
Stay
go
tuned.
Go to Peacock. Go to the NBCs.
At DeMane Davis.
Yeah.
Always
that's
remember,
right.
listen,
That's fine.
think,
Watch the show. He's
talk.
phenomenal. They're phenomenal. It's fantastic.
tap out.